Hey, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Jack Wolf, and we're here live with Comedy King Cal, Cal with the K, Cal with the AK, Calabunga, Calamundo, Calamari, California, Cal in the Clutch, Calvin the Stallion, Calvin Klein. And you are here live for It's Supposed to Be Funny. It's supposed to be funny. Our shitty podcast.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Say your host, Jack Wolf.
I did say, I said I was the host, Jack Wolf, and I'm here with all that Cal shit.
Well.
You know, before I got here, I was thinking about just saying, welcome back to the show. You're here with Cal.
Hey,
that would have been it. Just Cal, because we had a potential almost falling out, but we put a Band-Aid over it, and we're good. You noticed I was looking at you instead of not looking at my own eyes.
You had a falling out. I didn't have a falling out. I was chilling.
Say that we've been beefing, but dog, you on your own. Nah, I fucked that up. But that was a Drake lyric.
You used to be my dog. You was in my left titty.
4th of July is coming up.
I thought you would die with me.
I don't know the lyric. Who's that from? Tech Nine? Sounds like some southern rap.
No,
I don't listen to hip hop, Cal. I don't listen to hip hop.
It was people from New York.
4th of July is coming up.
Yeah, it's Friday.
I know. It's like it's 2 days from now.
You going to the 4th of July festival at the park?
What, over here?
Yeah.
Pelche Park?
Mm-hmm.
Where they just pop all the fireworks?
Yeah, pop all the fireworks. They be having food trucks.
No shit. No, I'm not going.
Like that.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing for the 4th. I know it's a big deal. It's Independence Day and all that good stuff, but I don't know.
One of my friends asked me to barbecue. If
you know how to barbecue? I don't know, bro. You made some lamb one time.
And the shit was good.
It was just gamey.
That's lamb. I can't help that.
I don't like gamey food.
Dude,
and you know what's crazy? Is that shit looked so fucking scrumptious on the grill. It's too gamey. Couldn't fuck with it.
I can't help that. What you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Have you ever had a tomahawk steak?
Yeah.
Dude, they're fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just discovered tomahawk steak.
Tomahawk steak or prime rib?
I probably never had a prime rib.
Never had prime rib?
I might have, but I don't think so.
Prime rib is a cut of beef. Like it's a steak too. It's not like ribs.
It's like yagao, that yowie.
Wagyu.
Yeah,
wagyu.
That word.
Well, I say wagyu. It's wagyu.
Wagyu. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that shit's expensive too.
Yeah, I never had it.
All right, well, tomahawk steak.
No, I'm not that expensive. Only reason I had filet mignon because I used to work at a meat department at
Rouse's
at a supermarket. Yeah.
Dude, you can get. It just doesn't make sense to me because sometimes those tomahawk steaks come 5 pounds of meat on the bone.
Yeah.
And it's tender as fuck. Everybody, if you've never treated yourself to a tomahawk steak, definitely try it out.
Bro, if you got the money to have a tomahawk steak, you can have a tomahawk steak.
It's only like $60.
Exactly. Don't act like tomahawk steak is not more expensive than filet mignon, ribeyes, porterhouses, whatever you trying to get. It's still more expensive than that. Prime rib, like, because it's a big ass fucking steak. It's a tomahawk steak.
Yeah, you can feed two people.
You don't eat off it for days, but like still. Like,
when I bought mine, the guy who was fixing the food was like, there was a guy that came in there and bought 5 of them fucking things.
Yeah.
At one time, he's like, he spent like $500 on meat almost.
Nah.
He was like 4 something. He spent almost $500 on meat.
Nah, he might as well go buy a whole rack.
Cow.
Nah, just like a whole rack of like ribeye steaks or whatever. Like for that.
I don't know. Tomahawk steak's delicious, dude. It's just nice.
That's cool. You just really have a problem with ribeyes. You try to find every cut of steak.
I'll try it, bro.
That's different than ribeyes.
I'll try it. Ribeye's cool. I'll try it. But I got a question to open up the show for you. It's a would you rather.
Yes.
All right.
Sure.
Would you rather get back together with your ex, and you can't choose it, just the last girlfriend you had, and I'm not just saying that just to throw that at you. I asked this question to multiple people, but you have to get back together with your ex for the rest of your life.
Okay.
For the rest of your life, or never have sex again.
I'll get back with my ex.
Yeah, because see, I thought about that too, and it's like if I can't ever have sex again, like if we stuck together, like hey, we're gonna find a way to make it work.
Yeah, that's not even a good question.
It is a good question for someone who had like a traumatic experience. You know what I mean? For some, like let's say for a lady, if you ask her, like you have to be with your ex for the rest of your life or never have sex again. Like I've heard people say, like, nah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you know how I feel about that. We didn't already had this discussion before. Mm-hmm. How I feel about people downplaying their exes or talking bad about their exes.
Right.
Like so.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it was a bad question for you.
So you know like it's no like if you really hate your ex that much, you really have to look in within yourself. Because it was really not your ex fault that much. It was your fault.
All right. Well, somebody else listening to this, if you had to have sex, I'm sorry, if you had to be with your ex for the rest of your life, you know, you think about the man or woman whose ex was beating on him and shit.
I can see if it was like, well, for some people, that is their ex.
Yeah.
But if it was like the last person you had sex with.
No, your ex. Like the person you was in a relationship.
No, exactly. So your ex is something. Like I said, that shouldn't be that hard because seeing as y'all were together, y'all had some type of chemistry together to make you want to be with that person.
Fair enough. Fair.
The last person you had sex with didn't necessarily have to mean anything besides, damn, I'm trying to get this nut off.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Cal, I forgot to turn the mic on.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's
kidding.
a lie.
All right, Cal, what do you call a fish?
Slapped out the seat.
What do you call a fish with no eyes?
A fish with no eyes? Mm-hmm. I don't know. What do you call a fish with no eyes?
So he got it. You know, when I first heard that joke, it took me a minute. It took me like 20 seconds. I was like, what the fuck do you call it? And then when I heard I was like,
it's the eyes thing that threw it off because there's only one eye in fish.
All right. Give me a 3-letter word that starts with gas.
Give you a 3-letter word that starts with gas. Mm-hmm. Car.
Hey, wow. Check you out. Good fucking, hey, motherfucker, hey. That was good. Hey, that fucked me over when I first heard that shit. I was like, yo.
Yeah, I know I heard that before, too.
Someone got fucking technical with me. They were like, oh, a spark plug, you need this. You need that. I was like, come on, bro. Like, why you fucking, it doesn't start with gas. I was like, come on, bro. You fucking overhyping the joke.
The first thing I was about to say was gastric, but.
That's not a 3-letter word, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was yeah.
But I did hear that before, so I was like, that's not right. I know it's something. Let me think.
All right, let's get into something a little more serious.
All right.
And you're gonna be a contrarian on this.
Let's do it.
And I said this in my last audio podcast, but in my 34, almost 35-year-old brain, I am really starting to believe that we don't know anything more about the universe outside of the Milky Way galaxy.
As far as...
Let me give you some perspective from my point of view.
No, as far as what?
Like, for example, the Andromeda Galaxy is 2.5 million light years away.
Correct.
Okay? Back in 1958, March of 1958, we launched the Vanguard 1. Okay? The Vanguard 1 is the oldest satellite type deal that we have. But then we launched the Voyager 1.
Like a traveling satellite?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But the Vanguard 1 died out in 1964. Like, there was no more of it because it's the oldest, satellite thing that we have orbiting and all that shit. Mm-hmm. But the Voyager 1 has gone 15 billion miles in space travel, right? So my argument to believing that the Milky Way galaxy is the only thing we know and everything else is just a lie, from my point of view, is we can't comprehend how far 1 light year actually is. Actually, the Voyager 1 has only traveled 15.4 billion miles, if you want to convert that to miles. But
I mean, you said miles at first.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, 15.
I was trying to wonder how many light years is that.
So here's the thing: how many light years do you think 15.4 billion is? 15.4 billion miles is.
I would have to assume that even 15.4 billion miles is not outside our solar system. Mm-hmm. So I would say that it is not even 1 light year.
It's not. It's not even close, dude.
Yeah.
15.4 billion miles is 0.00255% of 1 light year. So my way of thinking is everything that NASA and SpaceX and all these space travel has been presenting to us is just a hoax. I'm thinking we only know of our 1 solar system, our 1 Milky Way galaxy, and that's it. And I think everything else is just fake. Because we can't even, scientists still to this day can't predict how far 1 light year is. But you're going to tell me that the Andromeda Galaxy is 2.5 million light years away. Mm-hmm. The only reason, it kind of ties in with the flat earth theory. Now, I'm in no way a flat earth believer, but it kind of ties into the fact that the only reason I would assume NASA and all these space corporations give us this information is to deny religion. It's kind of the reason why I personally don't believe in dinosaurs. That's just me. Don't fucking crucify a guy for it. But if you can't tell me how far 1 light year is, but you're going to sell me that this galaxy that's going to collide with ours is 2.5 million light years, it's just starting to sound like science fiction. It's like, it's Star Trek, Star Wars type shit. I'm not buying it. They actually say we have a map of the universe, but you can't tell me how far 1 fucking light year is.
I don't believe they have a map of the universe, but to say they can't see beyond what they can reach is kind of weird to say.
I just don't buy it.
It's weird to say because you can see further beyond you can reach yourself. Mm-hmm. So why would anything else be able to do that?
Because I just don't think we've ever seen anything outside of our own galaxy.
So you feel like the Andromeda Galaxy is a part of our galaxy?
I don't think it exists.
You don't think it exists at all?
No. I don't think any of these, because if you look up, space theory, there's all these millions of galaxies, and then it starts tying into, well, what if there's multiple universes, and it's this whole big... there's a book. It actually became a movie by Stephen King, The Dark Tower. At the end,
horrible movie.
I didn't watch it, but the book, dude, it was so hard to keep up with the book, but I finished it because I felt like I had to. And at the end of the book, basically, the tip of my finger, the germ on the tip of my finger could contain an entire universe type shit. And it's like, it's just infinite numbers of blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I don't think it goes that far, dude. I really think we have our sun, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, all this blah, 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 blah. And, that's it.
That's just like the theory of, what if we're just a thought in God's mind? That's the same thing.
It's crazy, though.
Yeah, because just imagine how quick humans think. And just imagine your whole existence being a single thought. So, it's the same. It's what you're saying the equivalent of. Just like a fly's life is what, a couple days?
I know mosquitoes 24 hours.
Yeah, but to them, it's
a whole
is an entire
existence,
life. Yeah,
right.
it's an existence. Yes. So it's just perspective.
So what are your thoughts on that? If
I
I
don't
were to
think-
say, like I'm telling you, right
I don't think it has anything to do with trying to debunk religion as much as it has to do with the natural human instinct to ask why. Even from a little kid, you ask why.
Mm-hmm.
So when you over time develop instruments to kind of answer those questions, it's only natural. I don't think looking into outer space and trying to figure out what's out there has anything to do with debunking religion.
I just think that's for the same reason of flat Earth. Like, you know, like why do people who believe in the Earth is flat? Why do they think it is? I would assume anybody who actually really believes that the Earth is flat is like super religious, or not super,
No.
but they're just like really big into religion.
No, they just believe in their own logic compared to scientific fact.
Well, the reason why I say that is because flat Earth theories believe there's a firmament, basically a shield that covers the Earth.
And I seen a video of the rocket ship breaking the firmament. And all
That's
that
crazy,
shit.
though.
Yeah, no, it's just
You just say
breaking
it's
the atmosphere.
because it's just too
It's
low powered of a
breaking-
rocket.
No, it's breaking the atmosphere. That's what the fuck happens.
I don't
You
know.
feel
That was
me?
crazy, dude. The way it just boing and just stopped. That's crazy, bro. That is fucking crazy to me.
Yeah, it's crazy how AI. No, you haven't seen
That wasn't
all this-
AI. This is an old video. I'm talking about 2004 fucking video.
No, it's not. No,
Yeah,
it's
dude,
not.
I'm talking about that old
No,
fucking
it's
video.
not.
Yeah,
no,
man.
it's not. That
Dude.
wasn't in 2004. You didn't see that shit in 2004. Stop
It's
it.
an old
Stop
video.
it. You didn't see that shit in
It's
2012.
2012.
You didn't see it in 2012.
Yeah, I kind of did.
No, you
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
You
That
got your phone.
that video that's been going around, the video that's been going around for the past few years about the rocket ship breaking the firmament hasn't been around in 2012.
I'm gonna have to pull up the video, bro.
I know
This is
what
an
video
old-
you talking about. It
When they
looks
put the
old.
GoPros, they put the GoPros on it, and it was
No,
like a
no,
homemade
no. It
rocket.
wasn't no GoPros.
Well, then we're talking about two different videos.
Yeah, we talking about two different videos.
Yeah, this rocket, it's like it has cameras all over it, and you see it leaving the point where it just and it's like spinning. You see the Earth spinning, and then it hits and it just stops like right there, and it's like.
Yeah.
And now I'm not claiming flat Earth theory. I'm not saying that at all.
It's breaking out of the ozone. There's like parts of the atmosphere that you get past. It's just like that's just like saying that breaking the sound or like the sound barrier is going through a firmament because there's a boom behind it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, dude.
There's a boom
weird.
behind breaking the sound, right?
It's
You
just
always
weird.
see that. You always when the cars break the sound barrier, you always see the ripple behind it and all that. Yeah, I guess that's breaking the firmament too.
No, because that's on Earth. Like that's just you're breaking
Exactly,
the speed
like
of sound.
you.
Mach
yeah,
1.
yes, and you don't think you're breaking the speed of sound going into space.
I would assume you are because they say
Yes,
say
okay.
those things take off in like 35,000 miles per hour. It's like
yeah,
no.
yeah. So like,
I don't know, bro. I was just bringing you my
like,
theory.
breaking the atmosphere.
I don't think
would
there's
have
other
to do
galaxies.
something. I don't believe we landed on the moon or anything. So like,
I'm glad you said that.
and that's what I wanted to bring up too, because didn't you say you believe it?
I do.
So how if we never?
So here's what I believe. I do believe we did land on the moon. I don't think we filmed it.
I know we didn't film it. There's no way you could have filmed it.
And if you watch that footage from the 1960s, early 1970, 1969, dude, that shit, like, it looks like aluminum foil on that fucking thing.
Yeah, it looks fake as shit.
It looks ridiculous.
It looks fake as shit.
They have
Like,
college
that's-
courses that break those videos down, and it's like, dude, this isn't.
Yeah, it looks fake as shit. Like it really does. And I've been,
Yeah, right.
I've been an advocate of that. But as far, I do think we have the ability. So do you feel like we have the ability to get out of Earth atmosphere at all?
In 1969 or just now, present day?
Just at all?
Well,
period?
according to Vanguard 1, it traveled 15. No, I'm sorry, Voyager 1 traveled 15 billion miles. So yeah, then I would assume.
No. But do you? So if you can put in the realm of possibility that we have the ability to break out our own atmosphere, why don't you put in the realm of possibility that we have like the ability to see beyond our own solar system?
Because I mean, yeah, because the thing is, like, we can go up out of space, out of the Earth atmosphere, right? And we can see all these lights that are all around. But to say that this star is 2.5 million light years away is just, it's crazy. I mean, Katy Perry went to space. Ask Katy Perry. She recently went to space.
Yeah, and
so what, that didn't happen?
King. So did Gail King.
So did the guy from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Who's that guy? What's his name?
So did Lance Bass.
Yeah. From fucking
Backstreet Boys, yeah.
Oh, Backstreet Boys. I was thinking Gossip Girl.
Oh no.
I was thinking of Lance Bass, right?
Yeah.
That was the character's name in Gossip Girl.
His last name wasn't Bass.
Yeah, in Gossip Girl it was.
It wasn't Bass.
It was Bass.
It wasn't
Lance Bass, dude. Gossip Girl.
How much you want to bet?
The rest of my debt. Lance Bass.
It couldn't have been Lance Bass. And they didn't bring up the fact that he was the same name as the dude from the Backstreet Boys.
I'm like 50% sure of his first name, but his last name was Bass. Absolutely.
Like, and they didn't bring up at all that he had the same name as the dude from the Backstreet Boys. I've never seen Gossip Girls, but that would be something prevalent to bring up on
his last name was Bass.
On a pop culture show.
His last name was Bass.
So
it could have been Chuck Bass. It could have been. I'm pretty sure it was Lance Bass, but the first name, like I said, I'm unsure of the first name, but something Bass, because I remember even writing that in a Facebook quote one time long ago when my ex-girlfriend had me watching fucking Gossip Girl, and I was like, I'm Chuck Bass, or whatever the fuck his name was.
His name was Chuck Bass.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's about like Lance Bass. No,
yeah,
this is Lance Bass.
Okay, that's from Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
Okay. Chuck Bass, yeah. But I knew it was Bass. I knew the last name 100%. Like, I was like,
yeah, that's all. Like, how much you want to bet? I should have bet the rest of your debt. Yeah, it would have doubled. But like,
the Bass part was right though. So half of the debt.
I said yes. His name might be Lance. His last name might be Bass, but his name is not Lance Bass.
Did you see the Titanic submersible documentary on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
no, I'm not wasting my time on that shit.
Dude, Rush Stockton killed those fucking guys.
Who is Rush Stockton?
Rush Stockton was the CEO of Ocean Gate.
Okay.
The guy who signed everybody up to go down there. The thing was...
Oh, it's about the Ocean Gate?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But it's called Titanic?
The Titanic submersible documentary. I mean that alone gives the whole thing away. The Ocean Gate... If you type in Ocean Gate on fucking Netflix, you're going to find that documentary.
Yeah, I get that. You type in Ocean Gate, but I didn't know it was called the Titanic. Why would they call it the Titanic?
Well, the Titanic submersible, because that's what it was going to see, the Titanic the whole time, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That happened in 2022? Yep.
Oh, I thought it happened way further than that. I thought it was like in 2019 or
no,
some shit.
That's when when it started they started the project back in like 2016 to look into start doing it. And the guy, the CEO, had actually gone to the Titanic. He saw it for himself, but he wanted to make it his life's fucking mission.
Yeah, he probably saw it from like a professional motherfucking.
No, he went
ship. Like,
the submersible made it to the Titanic. It made it to 4,000 meters in the ocean. But he made it his life's goal to send others who wanted to. And it's like, for the same way, it's like me and you.
So the Ocean Gate ship made it before.
Yes, it did. 4 times, actually. 4 fucking times. So what happened was he started using, instead of steel, they started using carbon fiber, right? And in the carbon fiber, they was like, hey, I don't know if it's going to work. He's like, yeah, it's going to work. The dude was like just a fucking I don't use this word, but the dude was a fucking narcissist. The CEO.
Main character syndrome.
Yes, really. Like, I want to say that earlier while we was talking earlier, but yeah, he really had the main character syndrome to the fullest. Like, he had experts down there, and they put microphones all in the carbon fiber so that if anything went wrong, you would audibly hear it. Yeah. And as he's going 2,000, 3,000 meters, pop, 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 you hear the fucking carbon fiber breaking down. And he didn't want to hear that shit. And then, like, at some point, even when he was testing it, like, in the science lab, it cracked. And he was like, he got pissed. And everybody's like, hey, this isn't a good idea. It's breaking. And he's like, no, we're going to fucking do it anyway. And then you had people quitting and just leaving the position, their fucking six-figure job, just quitting and like
because they won't be a part of a fucking massacre.
And he was so adamant, like, we can do this, like we can bring these people down there with us.
Yeah, they knew they didn't want to be a part of people dying.
The crazy thing is he actually went and did it. Like, he went in that submersible. It saw it. Oh, okay, I'm the CEO. I know we can do this. Let's do it some more. I want to bring these people with
so
us.
was he there with the people?
That last time, yes.
I mean, R.I.P. to them people that died.
Yeah,
but
that's
good for him. But good
for him, but
good
not
for
for
him, bro.
The thing is, like, everybody, dude, experts, and he didn't want a third party to, like, before it took its last voyage, after it had gone these other 4 fucking times, he didn't want a third party inspection. He denied the third party inspection, and because he owned OceanGate, he had all the rights to do it.
That's wild, bro.
Dog, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you had a guy bringing his son along with him because his dad wanted him to come with him.
Right.
Like, dude, he murdered those 5 people. I mean, he murdered himself in the process, but everybody, experts, everybody was telling him, no, dude, don't do this. Like, it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it's when. And on the 5th trip, boom.
And that had to be his friends that went. It couldn't have been anybody that just...
Maybe 1 or 2 of them.
It couldn't have been anybody that was a billionaire and just
maybe
was
1 or 2
like,
of them.
I'm going to just go because...
Well, the way they put
It
it...
had to be one of his... They had to be his friends.
All right, let's put it this way, Cal. Are you interested in space? This is the way they put it, and it made sense to me.
All right.
Are you interested in space?
Of course.
Would you ever want to take a rocket into space?
Yes.
Okay. So even though you have Google and ChatGPT and all these images, like, you can see what it looks like, but that's not good enough, right? You want to see it up close. And that's the way he explained marine biologists. All these people who are into the shit or were like marine biologists or really heavily into the shit, and they wanted to see it for themselves up close.
Yes.
And Rush Stockton made it his own personal mission to bring himself with these people with him.
Right.
The wild part was that whole Sony PlayStation 2 controller. They said it was a Logitech controller. No, it was a certified PlayStation 2 controller, which is crazy by Sony. The thing that, dude, like, the fact that he heard the audible cracks in his design and still was like, nah, we're going to keep doing it. Like, dude, if you really want to do it, just manufacture some new carbon fiber. You had the money.
Here is my caveat, though. I am a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my billionaire friends comes at me and says, yeah, I got this company, right? We sending people into space on my rockets. I want you to be one of the people that come. I know you love space. I know you want to see that.
Right.
I'll be like, for real? He'd be like, yeah. I would think to myself, I know my fucking friend. All right, let me get somebody else to check this shit out.
He was just really big into it, dude. He believed in himself.
I get it.
That's narcissism behavior. He believed in his theories and himself so much that he was telling the experts that were telling him, like, dude, this isn't going to work long term.
They don't know what they talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and if you didn't agree with him, you're fucking fired, dude.
Yeah.
6-figure income, you're fucking fired.
Yeah, I get it.
And it's like, a lot of those people were like, dude, I can't fucking tag along with this.
I get it.
It's crazy. You got to watch that shit.
Yeah. It's fucked up for the people that didn't know no better. But what I was about to say about that whole OceanGate thing was that is just the hubris of people. That is thinking you are God on some shit.
On some shit.
Like you're better than the experts that tell you that we looked at other galaxies and we know.
I mean, I don't think I'm God or anything, but it's just it sounds like I think it's a myth. I don't believe in dinosaurs.
It's cool. It's cool to say it's a myth, and it's cool. Do you understand that your feelings are irrational?
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay, then there's nothing I can. You can just be like, that's just what I believe. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
I mean, scientists don't fully understand carbon dating.
But as long as you understand that you have no backing to believe what you believe, you just believe it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, it's like people that believe in Scientology. What's their backing to believe that the evil Lord Zeno sent all our souls into a volcano, and that's why we experience depression and pain and all this other type of empathy and emotion.
Hey, they believe it. It's just like every other religion. Trust me. Me and my mom have conversations about religion all the time, and I always question things she say because I like to be a contrarian,
Right.
and I like to give the different perspective to what you're saying. And at the end of the day, it just comes down to, well, I believe it, so it is what it is.
Do you feel like being a contrarian is kind of like just being an asshole on purpose?
No, not necessarily, because you always, when you're having a conversation with somebody and you're actually trying to have dialogue, you always want to hear a different perspective than just one that agrees with you.
Right.
But just being opposed to what you say, just to be opposition, that's more of an asshole. Like, no matter what, I don't never say I agree with you, but what about this point? It's just like, oh, you feel that way? I feel the other way.
But you have openly admitted that you may agree with the person, but you just want to see how dedicated they are to their belief.
Yeah, but at the beginning of me, before I say that, I'll be like, I kind of agree with you, but look at it from this such and such, such and such, such and such. Mm-hmm. Well, if you feel that way, like I'm gonna challenge you on it, because if you just saying it's off your belief, then how strong is your belief?
Right. Well, my belief's pretty strong about the dinosaur thing. I think this whole museum of bones is fake.
Yeah, but on the subject we were talking.
What you talking about, Jack?
But on the subject we were talking. But put to your point.
Emotional damage.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say it's not fake. It's hard to say it's not fake, because I get it. Meteor came, wiped out all big creatures that couldn't find spots to hide from the radiation and couldn't burrow underground, or couldn't get in the sea, all that good stuff. I hear what you're saying, but really not one? Not one?
I don't see it. I just
not
don't.
One? Like, not one surviving dinosaur?
I mean, they say, what, alligators are dinosaurs? Which, okay, let's say that was a dinosaur back in the day. Maybe those things existed. Fucking Loch Ness Monster. Maybe that thing's still roaming around.
Like, how can whales survive, but a Mesosaurus can't?
Well, they're, 3,000 meters under the ocean. Like...
And the Mesosaurus not?
What's a Mesosaurus again?
The largest predatory animal ever to live in the sea. Which was the largest predatory animal to ever live in the world.
What was the Megalodon? I thought this is the largest shark.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Mesosaurus was like, it was bigger than whales, like blue whales. Was it bigger than blue whales? It might have been the same size, but it was like around the size of blue whales or bigger. And blue whales survive and y'all don't.
It sounds like you kind of agreeing with me at this point.
No, it's just I feel like there were dinosaurs, but the whole big, tallest skyscrapers bullshit,
T-Rexes
probably not.
And shit, no?
Yeah, probably not.
Well, to this day, scientists still say that we don't know what they actually look like.
Yeah.
We just assume.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like, why do we have all this structure of a T-Rex in the museums?
Because you can always structure somebody's bones, but just because of their bone structure don't necessarily mean their muscles and body form around that bone structure the way you think it does. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, we have found giant human bones.
Like
that could be fake too, but that kind of supports the Bible more.
What is that? Is it like elephants? If you look at an elephant,
a mastodon.
No, just an elephant skull.
Mammoth, no mastodon.
Like if you look at an elephant skull, like without the tusk and shit, like it looks alien. And is it? It might be something else. But if you look at his skull, it like looks. It might have been just be a cat. But if you look at his skull, it looks alien.
Okay.
So if you try to structure it around this skull structure, you're not going to get the same. Because you're not going to have the pointy ears. You're not going to have
Right.
you're not going to have all the skin and the muscle tissue and all that around it to know how it actually looks.
Right. I don't know, bro. I find it hard to believe. And once again, I think it's just one of those things that they created to disrupt religion.
That brings me to something I had as a subject. There was this laboratory researcher at this scientific build institute that they were doing hybrid animals at.
With the dire wolf that they recreated?
No, it wasn't dire wolf. It was more extreme hybrid animals than that. I'm trying to remember the whole article I saw about it because it's been like 3 weeks or so since I saw it.
But and you didn't write it down.
I did write it down.
Oh, okay.
But I just wrote researcher talks about hybridized animals. I didn't write down what she actually said. Like lab worker spills beans on hybrid animals. But they were making these hybridized animals that were not natural, and a lot of times that the hybrid that they made were abominations to humanity and stuff like that. But I brought that. Only reason I wanted to bring that up was to ask, do you believe everything you've seen on the internet? And that kind of brings up, well, of course you don't believe everything you see on the internet, especially like 9 days with AI and everything, all fabricated stories. But how much do you trust the internet? You consume it a lot during your day?
Not necessarily. I really don't be looking shit up like talking about.
It don't have to be looking shit up. It's just internet consumption itself.
How much do I trust the internet? I mean, it depends what I'm looking up, actually. You know? I don't know how to answer this question. Like,
it's just like, how much do you trust
like news sites,
scientists or news
I guess
sites
not that much because I'm literally sitting here saying I don't believe the Andromeda Galaxy exists.
Yeah. So why do you consume something so much that you don't trust?
I really don't, actually.
You don't think so?
For the most part, like if I'm talking about just my regular day, I'm on stereo. I'm fucking
stereo's part of the internet.
Yeah, but that's real people.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I used to think that these people were just AI.
So you trust the internet?
I trust that these are real people. They get emotional. Right. That's why, like, they get emotional. Their talks, their beliefs.
But they don't mean they're real.
I mean, we have Discord channels they can join. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like,
so you trust the internet?
Not fully. Like, you know how you download an app and it says, "Hey, is it okay if we track you?" and say, "Do not allow." I think those fuckers are tracking you regardless. Even after you delete the app, they're still tracking you. That's just like incognito mode. Like, that shit does not exist. That's just something to make you feel better. Like, I don't believe in that. All right, let's move on to something else. The Diddy case. The Diddy verdict. How you feeling about it?
I mean, like, before... It hasn't been that long since we talked because the Diddy case been going on 8 weeks. So... since then, the verdict is out. You know the verdict and everything?
For the most part, he's getting like at least 10 years or some shit like that?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
They
have to go through that.
The sentencing hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
But the verdict was he was found on 2 counts of transportation for means of prostitution.
Okay.
He was not guilty on the sex trafficking or racketeering. So pretty much the RICO part of it, he was found not guilty of.
Well, that's good.
Which, when you look at the case, because I did pretty much follow the case through the whole thing, he shouldn't have got found for racketeering like a RICO, like sex trafficking or anything like that. He wasn't kidnapping women. He wasn't holding women against a hostage and making him do sexual acts
Right.
for the benefit of him getting paid for it or anything like that. He was just a freaky ass dude that liked to see his girls get.
Cuck. He was a
Yeah,
cuck.
yeah, he was a cuck, and he was a weird cuck because the one thing that came out about the case was I don't know how many times it happened, but at least one time he had because he was talking to Cassie at the time, and he got one of the entertainers that they called over to have sex with her to
I
nut
saw
up
that today, actually.
nut up inside her, and then him and Cassie went to the other room. She got the nut from up inside of her and smeared it on his nipples.
Damn.
Yeah, that was the wild. That was pretty much the wildest thing about that case. They had some other wild stuff about it, but that was the wildest thing about that case.
Yeah, he did say that, and he came in with a hajib on or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, all that. But pretty much he was just a freaky ass dude that had chicks around him that was with him for the money, and when it wasn't enough, the money wasn't enough, they was ready to bail, but they didn't want to bail without nothing.
You think any of that Justin Bieber shit's accurate or no? That never even came up, did it?
No, before the trial began, they did say they had got tapes, and it did say they had other celebrities in it. I really refuse to believe that the other celebrities were only Cassie and 50 Cent baby mama, because 50 Cent baby mama was the other girl that was in the case as far as the sex trafficking case that they used to have these freak outs with. So I refuse to believe that's the only celebrities that they was talking about.
Okay.
Even though during the case, speculatively, allegedly, let me say allegedly because I don't want to get sued, but I ain't got shit, so I don't want to get sued. But allegedly, 50 Cent baby mama, and I can say 50 Cent baby mama Daphne Joy because they already know from like her testifying at the trial and everything from the case, it's already been known as who they was talking about as the second victim, even though she put her name as Jane Doe. But yeah, allegedly she had went to this Las Vegas party where they had watched this porn star that she was familiar with because it was one of the person that used to be at Diddy Freakouts fucking her. She watched him have sex with this other girl at this party that this other celebrity was throwing for his wife's birthday. And speculatively, allegedly, the celebrity was Kanye West and his wife. So that came out. And Kanye West did go to court. After that came out, the next day Kanye West went to court to support Diddy. After the girl got off the stand, like the next day.
Yeah, I seen he showed up, but he couldn't get in, so he just kind of rolled out.
Yeah, he couldn't get in, so there's this place, like when it's high profile trials, they have a side room. They might have multiple side rooms, but they have side rooms where you can see the trial from that room, but you're not necessarily in the court.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it came down to counts of transportation for the means of prostitution. For that, the maximum is 10 years. He's not going to get 10 years because if they try to give him 10 years, his counsel will appeal it. He had 9 lawyers. So, yeah, so his counsel going to appeal that if they try to give him that much, which I think they're going to try to appeal anyway. If they give him any substantial amount of time that he's going to have to do, they're saying that they might give him 33 months. And that's basically
almost
3 years.
Yeah.
So, and he's already been in jail for almost a year. And you got to
Damn, has it really been that long?
Yeah, and you got to do 85% of that time. So, in about a year, they're saying he would get out if they give him that much. They did deny his bail today after giving him his verdict because at that point, since he didn't get the RICO, it's not like he's a danger to anybody else. So he tried to get a bail to go home today. They denied it. He got to stay in jail until his sentencing, and the sentencing is until October 3rd. So he got to stay in jail till October 3rd, which when you look at it, it kind of benefits him because that serves as time served.
Yeah.
So he will be able to get out sooner.
Right.
Yeah, so. But I'm sure he just wanted to get out of jail.
Yeah,
Trust me, I get the feeling. I get the feeling. I get the feeling. Like, it's, both times when I got arrested and I had to make bail, like, as soon as I can make bail, like, charge that
bail.
shit.
Yeah. Since we're on the topic of courtrooms, what is the purpose of still having a courtroom illustrator? Like, in today's day and age, wouldn't it just make more sense to take pictures, actual pictures?
No, because you can't have any type of media like that in certain courtrooms. Like, federal courtrooms, you can't have, there's no cameras or anything like that that's allowed up in there.
All right.
Like, for district courtrooms and maybe even state, yeah, they got cameras in there, but federal, no.
Why?
It's just federal law.
All right. I mean, it's a more accurate description, you know.
Nah. Because when Young Thug got his RICO, it was from the state. Like, the state of Georgia tried to charge Young Thug with a RICO. And they had cameras, like, they actually had video of the whole court case. Like, you watched the video of the court case.
Right.
It wasn't necessary. They still had illustrators, but it wasn't necessarily like a thing that you used to actually see what was happening in the courtroom because you had video.
I just thought it was one of those jobs that they just kept hanging on.
Yeah, it is. It is just like a stenographer.
Yeah.
Like, why you need a stenographer
when you can just
record it? Yeah.
And that's still a thing.
Yeah.
You think one day they're gonna get away with that job?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, with AI technology now, you can just put it like just like you had on your phone.
Right.
It just had the
transcript.
The transcript.
All right. Well, that's really all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Check out Elden Ring Night Rain. I just want to bring that up real quick. Great game. Anybody who's a fan of Elden Ring, great game. I've been playing the fuck out of some Elden Ring Night Rain. All right, let's move on.
You put it on the page.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. It's a great game.
I seen you put it on the page.
Yep, definitely. Wanted to bring up some movies.
Yeah, sure. Last movie I saw was it Sinners?
In the movie theater, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that might have been the last movie I saw. Oh, what? It might have been a Thunderbolts. Yeah, it was a Thunderbolts.
Okay, you say you didn't care for it.
Nah, it was okay. It was okay.
I seen Dangerous Animals recently. Pretty good.
What's that?
It's about a serial killer who murders his victims with sharks.
And you saw that in the movie theater?
Yes.
What movie theater was playing it?
AMC.
In Homer?
Yeah.
I have never heard of that movie.
It's kind of like an indie film, and it really was pretty good. It was all right. It's like, so the dude owns like he owns like a vessel, a ship, and he'll people pay to go on his ship, and they go down in the caves to see the sharks up close. And like he captures his victims because they sign up for this shit, and then he mainly women. He gets the women to he holds them hostage and feeds them to the sharks, and he videotapes it.
That's a wild.
It's pretty good. It really.
I have never.
And I don't like watching horror movies where women get fucked up, but it was a good movie. It was wild.
Yeah,
it was crazy, man.
That's weird when there's a whole genre of horror movies where women get fucked up.
Yeah, I know. I don't really like those genre.
Like slashers.
Yeah, I don't like slashers.
That's, most of the time, that's women getting fucked up.
Yeah. I don't really care for slashers, but this movie was actually okay, man. Dangerous Animals, check it out. It got a 90 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's really I've never heard of that. Now the next movie I'm going to see is next week. I'm going to see Superman.
Okay, well,
So, yeah, you know me.
DC,
the comic book movie. I'm going to see it. Fantastic Four come out in a couple more weeks after that.
Do you heard they charging $80 for the Galactus fucking popcorn holder? The popcorn head, $80 for that.
Man, get the
fuck out of here. Well, you got to think just a large popcorn with a drink is $30.
Yeah, but Like
Dude,
the
that's
whole
how they make their money now, dude. So
Yeah.
we went to see Dangerous
Yeah.
Animals. I brought my girl and my daughter with me, dude. I was like, hey, I'm gonna get a large popcorn. Let's get the combo, the drink, and all that. And I was like, hey, you want a candy too? My daughter was like, yeah. So Zay picks out 2 candies. My daughter, it was like $50-$60. I was like,
No,
oh
yeah,
my God,
I got 2 drinks and like some popcorn and some candy and shit, and yeah, the shit was around $50.
and it's like crazy, dude. It's like you definitely, dog. I should have just stuck my own shit in here. But I was craving like movie popcorn.
That's why you gotta go with a chick that can bring something in a big ass purse.
28 years later.
Yeah.
I recently purchased because they were on sale for like $5. 28 days and 28 weeks later, it's like $5.
You never watched them or something?
I did. I just forgot. Like 28 days later, I watched it when I was a teenager. Forgot it, most of it, and it's actually a decent movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. 28.
I like it better than 28 weeks.
Oh, 28 weeks later. I don't want to say it's bad, but
It's just the main dude.
Yeah.
You just hate him from jump.
yeah. And you're not talking about Jeremy Renner. Huh? You're talking
No.
about the main
Yeah.
zombie. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like because like they wouldn't have that much. Yeah, I don't know where they were going with that plot for whatever reason, but nah.
Yeah.
But 28 weeks later, got an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. 28 years later, got an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's apparently decent. I want to see Together, which comes out on July 30th, which, if you haven't seen the trailer for that, looks pretty good.
What is it about?
I don't know. I don't know. It's about, you got to watch the trailer. It looks good. It looks interesting. What is it about? I don't fucking know. It looks like, I don't know, dude. They go to this retreat together because their relationship's kind of falling apart and they're trying to rebuild it, and weird shit starts happening. I don't know. It's a weird trailer. Check it out. It looks like they're fusing together when they touch, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck's going on? I don't know. It's just called Together. So check out the trailer for that. There's The Home with Pete Davidson. I'm not a big fan of Pete Davidson, but
Never heard of that either.
Looks
Where
interesting.
are you getting these movies from?
when we went to see Dangerous Animals, they showed the trailers. For these
Where are you
upcoming
getting
horror
these
movies.
movies from? I had never heard of these movies before.
Normally on my Facebook, the algorithm goes by
Yeah.
the shit you're interested in, and
Yeah.
Together was shown to me. That's how I learned about Together. But The Home, I learned about it through watching that. That's it. You got any more movies to plug while we're on this topic?
My Jurassic World comes out tomorrow.
I've watched
So?
Jurassic Park 1 and 2.
Nah,
The
is
original.
it
The
Jurassic-
originals.
Like, I don't know if it's called Jurassic World. It's called some.
I think it is Jurassic World.
Oh, yeah, but yeah.
Or is it?
It come out tomorrow. Let's see. Like I said, Fantastic Four about to come out. Really, I don't really go to movies unless it's a movie I really want to watch or if it's a comic book movie.
Right.
So all about Superman.
Demon Slayer, the movie, the ending of
Demon
that's coming out soon.
Slayer
I'm going to see
trailer
that shit.
came out. Yes.
You think
That's coming out soon, huh?
Yeah. You think that's
Yeah.
gonna be the end of it? It's gonna show the whole thing, or it's gonna cut it
Nah,
off?
that's just part one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just
that's
part
that's
one.
what I figured. That's what I
That's
figured.
part one. Chainsaw Man movie coming out in September. That's the Reezy arc. What they say it is better than the first arc that they had like as the anime.
Mm.
They said the upcoming arc, like Chainsaw Man, just gets better and better. So it's supposed to be better than the last arc they had. Which the last Chainsaw Man started off fire. So
Yeah. It took me like 2 tries to get into Chainsaw Man, but once I got into it, I was like, okay, I fuck with it.
no. Chainsaw Man. Is
Well, I didn't
better
like
than Demon
episode 1
Slayer.
the first time I watched it.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
you-
I gave it a shot again, and at some point I was like, I want to rewatch Chainsaw
Yeah,
Man.
it's better than Demon Slayer.
It's biased. But,
That's true.
it's biased. But,
But,
there's nothing
yeah.
wrong with biased opinions.
since we on upcoming, the upcoming anime season is coming out.
Again? Damn.
Yeah, it's every season.
I know,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
every
It's
season.
crazy.
That's what happened. The
They
last
mass
season
produce.
just ended. There were a lot of sleepers in the last season. Not necessarily anything that you're gonna be very into. The only thing Vigilantes was probably the best thing to come out this season. Which Vigilantes is a spinoff of My Hero Academia. Is a part of the same world.
Okay.
But it's more like on the tone of, say, My Hero Academia is like the main world, what you would say the Marvel or DC. Vigilantes is more on the boys in any things.
Okay, so kind of like Gen V in a way.
Not necessarily. No, because it's about vigilantes. It's not about school.
Okay.
It's about it's more on the boys side of things than.
Gotcha.
An
I
actual
got you.
superhero thing. Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah,
Like,
that type of
A
tip.
little more gritty. type
Yeah.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah, so and it started off strong, but then again, My Hero Academia started off strong too. So that's not saying too much, but they say it is a lot better story than My Hero Academia as far as people who read the manga. So I'm gonna give them credit and see how far it goes.
Did My Hero end?
The manga, yes. The anime, no.
Okay.
The anime still got another season to go. I don't know when that's coming out, but anime that is coming out this season is things like Kaiju number 8 season 2. You don't like
Still,
Kaiju number 8?
I'm gonna have to try it again.
It's fire.
It's just too.
What's coming out?
You know those
is-
moments in Dragon Ball Z where they fall back and boing,
Yeah.
they feet go up. That's what Kaiju number 8.
No,
is more of that, you know?
no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's
That's
not.
just
No,
the
it's
that's
not.
just the energy I get from it.
No. What else? Coming out this season. Let's see. My Dress Up Doll in Fairy Tale 100-Year Quest. Reborn as a Vending Machine. I Wonder the
What the
Dungeon.
fuck?
No, these
I know
Reborn
it's just funny. It's
Reborn
funny.
as a Vending Machine is actually, people say it's good. I never watched it. Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest. I actually like Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest. My Dress Up Darling, if you like rom-coms, then people say that's good. But Don to Don season 2 coming out. That's what I was thinking about.
I did see not the trailer, but I've seen it advertised on Facebook.
Nah, Don to Don is a good one. You
Is
never watched season 1?
No, I don't.
That's a good one.
Did you keep up with that new? It's not Demon Slayer, but it's the Demon Sword or whatever.
Yeah, Sword of the Demon Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it fizzled out halfway through it.
Really?
Yeah, the storyline wasn't what it was from the beginning.
What about Super?
Like the first episode, Super Cube actually, it actually was decent throughout. Like it was actually good throughout. Super Cube, I really want to wait on season 2, especially how season 1 ended. There is like a storyline beyond that, so I want to see what's going on with that. I actually do want to watch that.
Okay.
Yeah. But Don to Don and Kaiju number 8 season 2's definitely headline the upcoming shows that's coming out. I will say that. Yeah.
All right. You got any more of that?
No, that's what I'm gonna say for now. I didn't really look over all the whole season, but yeah, that's what I gotta say for now. I mean, like they got stuff like Gotchi Akuda coming out, which is a big anticipated shonen anime. That's supposed to be coming out, and what is called they got another anticipated one coming out too. I think the name starts with an A. But I'm not too sure what the name.
Animorphs.
No.
You remember
Well,
Animorphs?
Dr. Stone season 4 part 2 is coming out. I'm watching
A
that.
14-year-old.
No, there's a lot of anime I'm watching this season.
A legendary 14-year-old killed a lion with his bare hands with one punch.
Yeah, awesome. Arc Knights. There's an Arc Knights
Can't do
anime
it.
coming out that looks pretty good.
Can't do it.
What, Arc Knights?
No, the whole legendary
Well,
14-year-old
yeah,
punched the
you
lion to
hating.
death.
You hating.
It's like-
I got reincarnated as the Seventh Prince coming out. That was actually a surprising.
Is that all
surprisingly
tied
good.
into the reincarnated as a slime universe?
Nah,
Okay.
nah. Just there's
Just-
a whole
I got
there's
you.
a whole isekai genre in anime that is a thing. but that's coming out. That's something to watch out for. And yeah, Rising of the Shield Heroes season 4 coming out.
All right, another Shield hero.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah. I'm surprised that it lasted this long myself.
All right,
But
Cal, let's move on
I'ma
to something a
watch
little
it.
more dark and
Oh, and
sadistic.
Lord of Mysteries. Lord of Mysteries is a new anime that's coming out that's supposed to be pretty good. So keep y'all eye out on that one too.
Let's look
Nah.
at your dark and sadistic evil side. Right.
Let's go.
If you were a dictator,
Right.
given the events that have taken place all over the world,
Mm-hmm.
what are some things that you would implement as a dictator?
As a dictator,
Mhm. I know it's
I'm
kind of a
gonna-
loaded question.
yeah.
If you haven't thought about this, it's like, whoa, what the fuck?
All right. My premise is that I'm gonna set the basis of most of my government on America. Like
No, not so much helping outside.
America as a dictatorship. That's gonna be the basis, like, of the laws and everything like that. So I'm not coming up with like all the generic laws by my fucking self. Let's just get that out the way. Like all the ordinances and all that shit. I don't want. So I'm just gonna base it off America. I'm gonna bring back duels.
Duels?
Yeah,
That's interesting. What do you mean?
duels. Like
Yeah,
I
what
will have.
will be a reason to have a duel type shit?
I will have a legal duel, no matter what it is. Like, if it's a dispute, I will. If it's a dispute that you would want to go to court for,
Okay. That's a good
I
one.
will.
That's a good one.
I will get, like, you will have an option to either participating in a duel or taking it to court with lawyers.
Okay. And is the duel to the death or?
It don't have to be to the death, but you, if your wound causes you to die, and
It is what it is.
yeah,
That's okay. That's an interesting one. All right.
yeah,
That's good.
that's one. I will. Taxes would be more regulated. It wouldn't be based off a percentage. It would be based off income. I would implement mandatory community service for anybody getting government assistance without a job. Like, I don't necessarily want you to be out here stuck, but if you are getting government assistance like Section 8 and food stamps and anything like that, to where the government is housing you, you will have to participate in like state regulated customer service, like like community service, not customer service, but it's like community service. So like, so where at least you're benefiting like
The community.
the place around you,
Right.
For
That's good. Yeah, that ties into one of mine. Yeah.
yeah. What else? I would have public. Each state would have a publicly funded college, to where if you want to go to college but necessarily can't afford it, it's like public school. Like, but it's just one college for each state.
Isn't community college like that?
No,
No.
you have to. You still have to pay. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I liked
I
it.
think
I liked all
right
those.
now, yeah.
I have no rebuttal. So I would add 2 things. Now, if I was the dictator, I would definitely hone into those ideas. I'd be like, thank you for bringing those to the table. The government assistance one, that ties into what I was gonna say. But people who mine are a little more fucked up. The 2 that I'm gonna add, people like bike lanes. Like if we have a bike lane and you're riding on the road and we catch you, like that's either 5 years of jail time
Oh, that's too much.
or like
That's just
$20,000 fine.
That's personal.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
exactly. Like, if
personal.
we catch you riding on the fucking street and there's a bike lane, $20,000
That's
fine or
you
5 years
personally,
jail
yeah.
time. That's the law. Like, if there's a fucking bike lane, use the fucking bike lane. All right,
Like,
it's there
what-
for a reason. We had people build it, and you're not using it just to be a dick. You get 5 years or 20,000.
Who hurt you?
Straight up. That's what it is.
Who hurt you?
And on top of that,
Who hurt you?
if you're above 80 years old, you're not fucking driving. That's it. You're out of here,
hurt
son.
you?
You're not fucking driving.
hurt you?
That's just the law. That's the law.
Who hurt you?
No, every woman I've ever known. That's the law.
Dog.
That's
Like
the
what
law.
what biker hurt you?
Dude, bikers, oh my God, they're just so fucking... Dude, they act like they don't have to obey any fucking... They don't have to obey stop. Like, motorcyclists and... Well, I can't really blame motorcyclists, but bicyclists... They don't act like they don't have to fucking obey the law when it comes to stop signs, traffic lights. They'll just blow right by you, and then if you almost hit them because you're following the fucking traffic lights, they look at you and they do this shit. The shaking of the fuck. Why are you shaking your head? You should have fucking stopped. All right. It's like, dude, there's a fuck. Have you ever been in traffic and traffic's like piling up because you got one fucking guy and there's a fucking bike lane? And they're just driving on the fucking road. It's like, bro. It's
That happened to me yesterday. You know
Dog.
the bridge, the Jackson
Jackson
Street.
Street. Yeah.
They had
The little side thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but they had a dude in a wheelchair, like the power wheelchair,
Oh man.
and so he couldn't get up on.
Okay. Well.
He couldn't get up on the side, so he was like in the street, and I had made the turn
Mm.
to get on the bridge, and he was right there, and it was like, I had to stop. And then, like, the car on the other side stopped so I could pass him up.
Mm-hmm.
And then it started going, yeah.
In that case, we'd be lenient on him because his legs don't work. But if you're able-bodied, like, I've seen Wildman, and nobody knows who Wildman is. I've seen this dude, like, bypass the side altogether and just jump right on the main road. And we're all waiting behind him on a fucking bicycle. It's like, dude, like, you have the capability to get on the side. You're just saying, fuck it. And all these rockheads that have these little Kawasaki fucking bicycles with their little Kawasaki fucking bicycles with their little fucking weed eater motors on them and shit. It's like, dude, it's not a motorcycle. All that shit. Like, it's like, dude, you act like you don't have to fucking use the... I don't know.
So
5 years of $20,000.
So if I bought a moped...
And you ain't got 20,000, so do your time.
So if I bought a moped...
That's a moped.
You wouldn't want me on the street?
A moped is a vehicle. They have a license plate.
Moped.
What's a moped?
It's a moped, not a moped.
I've always heard it as a moped. Is
It's
it
a
laptop
moped.
or laptop?
Laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's a moped.
it's a moped.
Okay, maybe you're right.
I am right.
Anybody who says moped wrong, 5 years in prison or $10,000 fine.
No, that's your go-to, huh?
Yeah.
Like, that's not
Anybody who says
that's not even
irregardless,
balance.
irregardless, $10,000 fine or 2 years in prison.
I want to say that's not even balanced. $10,000 or 5 years in prison.
Yeah.
Of course, somebody gonna pay $10,000.
If you use the wrong "your" in a sentence, 1 year in prison or $2,000 fine. Online. If I catch you using the wrong "your,"
because of course
I'm a dictator. I better not catch you. I better not catch you sitting down peeing. No, I'm sorry. I better not catch you standing up peeing. You sit down when you pee.
Oh, yeah.
Yours, bike lanes, 80 years old driving,
Yeah,
5 years in prison.
They don't come and
It's
get
done.
your ass.
It's done. That's fine.
They don't come
We got.
and
We
get your
got.
ass. No,
We
I'm
got.
saying, you know, dictators die all the time, right? Bless you.
What?
Bless you. Must be the truth.
We got. We
Must
got.
be the truth.
We got
3
new laws.
times 2 must be
This
the
is,
truth.
I'm rounding up the
Yeah,
parade.
they don't come and get your ass.
Nah, we got social. We got
you gonna
Secret
be in the
Service for
middle
my
of the
ass.
square underneath the guillotine.
I'm. It's a new law.
You gonna be underneath the square, like you gonna be in a square underneath the guillotine, and they gonna have your head.
What else do I have here? The last thing I had was no, that don't count. If you had to torture someone, how would you do it?
If I had to torture,
If you wanted to torture someone, how would you do it? How would you do it?
if I had to torture,
If you
someone,
wanted to, because if you
I
don't,
don't
you don't
wanna
have to torture
I
anybody.
don't want to torture anybody.
But if you did
I
want to,
don't. I don't want to torture. I don't want to torture anybody.
all right. But if you wanted to,
I don't want to. But
Okay,
if
but
if I had to,
Well, you don't have to. Nobody has to. You could just kill the guy.
No, nah. If I had to,
All right, let's get dark.
uh,
How dark can we get on this podcast?
the way I would do it is first by I would make them stay up. That's the first thing I do. I make them stay up. Like tape their eyelids open, whatever I have to do, but I'll make you stay up for 24 hours. And I won't even come in a room. You wake up, you in a chair, you're like, where am I? And I just walk in the room. Don't say anything. Hold your face. Put your eyes open. And if I have to stay, whatever I have to do to keep them open, I'm going to keep your eyes open for 24 hours. Like, keep them open. I'm going to have them open. And as soon as I get them open, pry them open to where they're going to stay open, I'm going to just leave the room for the next 24 hours. And then I'm going to come back. And I'm going to take them off. And I'm going to leave again for like an hour. While you think you're asleep, I'm going to pour hot mud.
Okay.
Not hot mud, but hot oil on your lap.
Ooh.
To wake you up. And then I was
getting bored at first, but you got me with the hot oil thing.
Yeah, no. Then I will proceed every minute. I will put a small blade under each fingernail every minute. And then I'm going to go to the toes next. Mm-hmm. Every minute. A different toe. And then after that, I'm just start ripping your teeth out. Every minute. Like, every 2 minutes. Because I want the pain to dull a little bit too before I get to the next one.
Right.
You feel me? So every 2 minutes, like, rip a tooth out. And I'm just do like small pains. Like small pain after pain. And then after that, it's probably just some electric shit. Like electric shit on the nuts
right.
or something.
Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I was getting bored at first at the beginning. I'm just keep them up. I'm keep them up for 24 hours.
No, that's just like...
that's just your starter.
Like, no, that's just to fuck with somebody mentally.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. That's crazy.
How is that? Like, that will really fuck you up.
Yeah.
You cannot close your eyes for 24
can't
hours.
fall asleep. Yeah, that is pretty mental warfare. Yeah, definitely. All right.
Like, not even fall asleep. You can't blink for 24 hours.
All right. Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
All right. So you wake up in the chair, you strap down in the chair. I would actually need the assistance of someone in the medical field. So I need someone who's in the medical field who hates this person just as much as I do. Mm-hmm. But I would start by, those little nails that, the smallest type of nail you can get, like you put little fixtures up with. I would take that and I would start with like nailing each finger to the chair. And I'd go to the toes. So now you really strap down. It's like, shit. And I would get like a tiny brand. And I would, at some point, your body's going to go into shock. But I need the medical assistance to keep you alive. So that when you come back to, we just keep branding you all over till your whole body's like fucking marked up. Right? I would also do the teeth thing. I'm surprised you got with the teeth, I would just probably get them all out as quick as possible. And once they pass out, we bring you back and do the rest of the mouth till you gumless.
I don't want you to pass out. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
Like, that's why I'm going to give you a minute before each one.
That's pretty little add-on to that. At the end of it, I thought that was enough for the most part. But at the end of it, we turning you into Mr. Oblong. So we got to keep you alive. But we turning you into Mr. Oblong and we cutting your tongue out. And we're going to take only one of your eyes away.
No, I don't want to cut your tongue out.
No, we taking the tongue, so you can't telling us. You ain't telling us on shit. You ain't saying nothing. No. And you can't write it out.
I'm assuming with this torture, the dude's not getting out.
Oh, yeah, we going to let him live. We letting him live.
No.
We letting him live. We turning him into Mr. Oblong.
The dude's not getting out after you cut off all his limbs.
Yeah, he's getting out.
No, he's not.
Yeah, we delivering them as a package. We're going to wrap him up in one of those little, like when you see a newborn baby in that white cloth and they're just sitting outside the fire station, but he ain't going to have no tongue. We pouring hot oil in one of his eyes, so he is gonna be able to see out of one eye, so that way he can still observe the outside world. But he ain't got no arms, no legs. But he's alive without a tongue, and he got one eye. Nah, you living. There you go on.
That's not torture enough, though.
Damn, I thought I was going somewhere with that.
I could see it like, yeah, you cut off their limbs and like put them in a pit like full of like rats or snakes.
Yeah, but they're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him. We don't want him to die.
Like roaches.
We don't want him to die.
Like roaches ain't gonna kill him.
Shit, they'll eat on that dead flesh.
Yeah, but
The
it
ends.
ain't gonna kill him.
It might. You ever seen that Creep Show? I think it was episode 3 of that old version of Creep Show. I think it was Creep Show 2, and the scientist was so scared of germs and shit, and he saw a roach, and then you know what the fuck I'm talking about, huh?
Nah.
What?
I never
Oh
watched
man.
Creep Show, I don't think.
What? Oh, the old Creep Show, bro.
Yeah,
Like that was like the last
I don't
episode.
think I watched any Creep Show.
What? Well, they came out a new version, but no, man, you never watched any Creep
No,
Show.
I
That's
never watched
crazy.
any Creep
90,
Shows,
you're a
I don't
90s, you're 80s baby. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I watched Tales from the Crypt and Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps and
Oh man, Creep Show was the
a
shit.
little bit
dude.
of the Twilight Zone. I ain't never watched Creep Show.
No, so Creep Show was the shit, bro. And then they came out with the new Creep Show. It was like, new Creep Show's all right, but dude, the old classic, The Raft. I think I told you about that, The Raft, where it's just this fucking mass of gook in the fucking water, and they all jump in the water, and they get on the raft, and the gook starts following them and shit.
No, nah.
It's funny because it was like filmed in the 80s, and there's a moment where like the camera's trying to like show the feet, and it's the raft floating on the water, and you can see like the guy underneath the raft kind of holding it up in the water. It's like, go back and watch that shit. You can see the guy clearly holding the fucking thing up.
I'm
It's
pretty
like
sure a lot of
continuity
people
error.
don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
No, if you see, the older kids know what the fuck I'm
I'm
talking
pretty sure a
about.
lot of people don't know what the fuck you talking about. Because I don't
No,
have
it's
a
fucking
clue about
hilarious
what
to
you're
see
talking
that shit.
about. But nah, Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, I watched
Tales from the Crypt was cool.
Like,
Tales from the Crypt was cool.
while I'm watching Creep Show, while I'm watching like the off-brand Tales from the Crypt.
Did you watch a lot of Tales from the Crypt?
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode of Tales from the Crypt where it was the lady who had this STD that if they had sex with her, they would just die the next day?
I don't really remember that one.
That was one of them. That was one of the episodes. I don't remember a lot of Tales from the Crypt. As like I used to-
Cable Guy.
that's
that.
with Jim Carrey.
No.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck you talking about
It
there.
was just Tales from the Crypt episode.
Oh, well shit. Okay, you got me
But
lost.
yeah. But no, I've never heard of the Raft or Creep Show. Like,
Dude,
that
Creep Show
shit,
was great.
you know.
It's the old. I mean, even the new Creep Show is good. Even the new Creep Show in like the first episode is called the Dollhouse, and it's like this little girl who owns this big extravagant dollhouse, and one day she finds this little fucking zombie head in it, and then all her little doll people start like dying because of little zombie heads. And it's anyway. That's besides the fucking point. It was just a good show.
No.
But yeah, you mentioned the roaches. Throw the dude's body into the roaches, and anyway, the guy from Creep Show, he was scared of roaches, and at the end of the episode, his whole fucking lab gets overtaken with fucking roaches, and it's disgusting.
Man, I had a dream like that one time. I think I told you about it with frogs.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say with frogs. Yeah,
Yeah.
and to this day, you were like kind of
Yeah, I don't fuck with
freaked
frogs.
out with frogs.
Yeah, I don't fuck with frogs to this day. Yeah. If y'all don't know about it, I had this dream one time where I was stuck in the bed and I couldn't move, and the whole room started filling with frogs. And once the whole room was filled with frogs, they just started exploding. And ever since then, yeah, I never fuck with frogs.
I think that's just something silly to be afraid of, Cal.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
It's not. It doesn't fly. That's all I'm like. If it
And
flew,
it happened,
I could understand.
It happened the night. It happened the same night as my best friend, big brother, had chased me down the street with a dead frog. So maybe it was just all psychological.
Could have been.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it could have been. It is. It's
Yeah,
all psychological.
yeah. Ever since that day, I didn't fuck with frogs.
Well, shit, Cal. That's all I had on my list over here. Got anything else? Any plugs?
Yeah, I got some notes. There's an Olympian named Imani Khalif. She won the female welterweight Olympic gold in the last Olympics. Apparently, she is not participating in the World Boxing Championships because they want to give her gender testing before she is qualified to compete.
Is that She looks like a dude, and she beat up that girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it was the Olympic Committee or someone was opposed to it, but the World Boxing Committee is like, nah, we've been doing this. We do this all the time. If she don't want to conform to the rules and regulations of testing for the World Boxing Championship, then she can't participate, and that's just how it is. It's not like we disqualify. No, we do it for everybody.
Right. She's choosing not to.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
Choosing not to, yeah. And then another champion wouldn't succumb to the testing either, and she stopped. She like got out of the world championships too. It was another Olympic champion too, but it was like lesser known. But yeah, the Monty Khalif person, yeah, they're not competing because of sex testing, and that just it's weird to me because why would it be allowed in the Olympics but not the World Boxing Championships? Like, is the Olympics really conforming to stupid standards that much?
I think they just, I don't know, maybe they just have a secret that they might be men.
No, like
At least the Khalifa chick.
no, I'm just saying. Like,
I don't know.
But why isn't the Olympics doing the same thing though? Like, if you really like that, like, because gender, all right. If you want to say you're a woman, you want to say you're a man, go ahead. The gender roles you want to get into, that's cool with you. As far as gender, period, like, no, you're either male or female. Like, and go ahead. You know what I mean? There's no in between. Either you're a male or female. A woman or a man, sure. That might be something different. But male and female, no, that's biology, and you're one or the other. Go ahead and choose.
I don't know, guy. I don't. The Mia. Speaking of Khalifas, real quick. I don't mean to divert.
I didn't say Mia. That's
No. I know. Speaking of Khalifas.
Whoa, I know where your head at.
Bonnie Blue or Mia Khalifa, and you being of dark descent.
Dog, like Bonnie Blue, the chick that got fucked by 1,000 dudes.
Take
like,
the sex
no.
out of it.
Like,
Take the sex out. Take the sex out of it.
By 1,000.
Take the sex out of
The chick
it.
that just got banned from OnlyFans for having like the petting zoo shit.
Bonnie Blue.
Yeah.
Oh,
You didn't hear about that?
No.
It just recently happened. Probably like this week. She got banned. She got banned from OnlyFans because she had this petting zoo live on OnlyFans where she was like fucking animals in his box. Yeah, no, like.
Okay, well, take the sex out of it.
No, I'm not. I can't take the sex
Let's
out
just go
of
by
it.
looks.
I can't take.
Okay,
the sex
so you
out
going
of
with
it.
Mia?
Yes.
I was too. I was off of Mia all day.
But
You wouldn't believe how many white people are like, yeah, Bonnie Blue, and that's like, what?
I mean, she a cute looking chick. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as far as face wise, but like, no, man. Mia.
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Who don't want like a
You wouldn't believe how many white people are
a
like
thick ass
Bonnie
Arab?
Blue.
You feel me? Like,
You wouldn't believe how many people are like Bonnie Blue.
I just want to fuck every girl in the world. Man.
Lil Wayne said that. Oh, Carter 6.
Carter 6. It came out. It came out.
How do you feel about it?
I don't feel like it was a Carter.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't have been called Carter 6. And that's what a lot of people have a problem with. Just the Carter series itself is pretty iconic when it comes to hip hop. And
Why can't we see the chat? The chat, it says, I can't see the chat. No, anyway. Sorry, we can't see the chat. I don't know what the fuck's going on. We're new.
He don't know what the fuck
I don't know what the fuck
doing.
I'm doing here anymore.
Yeah,
You wouldn't believe how many technical issues we had at the
He
start
could
of
have
this
just
fucking
pressed
thing.
C-chat, but like...
I mean, I don't. Normally it pops up. I did the update. Now the update doesn't show it.
But,
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
but anyway, I could just see it from my phone.
Oh, why don't you do that? People
Because
are
I'm
trying to
hooked
talk to
up.
us. Out of this,
Because I'm hooked up. But
out of this
yeah.
whole thing, you know.
But no, like I was saying...
This is hilarious. Oh my god.
But like I was saying, as far as...
We're working on it. People are working on it.
Oh,
I didn't hear the...
Noop is G'd up. Olympics. Mia, of course. Yeet. One person sent all these 15 defense. What's up with you? Appreciate you coming into the chat and actually peeping us out.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We need as much exposure as we can get.
I'm not. We weren't looking at the chat, so I don't know what most of these are pertaining to. But the Olympics, yeah, they suck for not testing good enough. Mia Khalifa, of course. Yeah.
Hands down.
And yeah.
Like I said, you wouldn't believe how many white people are like, yeah, Bonnie Blue. It's like.
But no, like, cause
even Zay was like Bonnie Blue.
That's weird. Maybe I need to see Bonnie Blue again. Maybe I don't really remember how
she's
her body
cute, but
looked.
I mean,
I don't remember how her body looked like, but
it's nice. But Zay was like, oh, some girls with bushy eyebrows. It's like a thing for her. It's like, yeah.
I actually like bushy eyebrows.
Yeah, I mean,
I
she's
like
cute.
bushy eyebrows.
She's nice. She's nice.
I like a natural eyebrow look more than anything. You feel me? Even though they say
she's not allowed back in her home country.
Oh, Mia Khalifa. Yeah, because she's a
for obvious reasons. You're breaking that type of law.
Hey man, if I can let you hit the vape, I would. But no, yeah, they got all types of morality laws out there that we don't have out here that keep women regulated to the way they want to have them conform. I'm not going to put any of my opinion on that. Me by saying that. But like I was saying though, as far as the Carter 6, it would have did better if it was called The Rebirth Part 2 instead of the Carter 6. You remember the Rebirth album? Mm-hmm. With all the rock songs and all that shit on there?
Oh, that was the Rebirth?
Yeah.
So just knock me out. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it would have did better if it was called that, because that's more along the lines of the vision of what that album was. And to be honest with you, a lot of people have, it's the same problem they always have with Wayne. When Wayne first dropped an album, everybody's like, oh, it's not this, it's not that. But later on down the line, they'd be like, oh, you know what? That Wayne album was pretty fire. And shit like
Fair
that.
enough.
Because
Yeah.
A lot of Wayne albums you got to sit with before you actually have an opinion on it. Like, at least sit with it for a week before you have an opinion on it. I will say this is the weakest Carter out of the whole series.
Yeah. Dude from San Diego was telling me, he's like, man, CeeLo Green's fucking better than Lil Wayne. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, you fucking tripping.
More creative, yes. Better, no. Definitely not a better rapper.
Hey, chat, how does this sound? Hey, I've been working on this EA Sports. It's in the game. I've been working on that, you know? I want to be the new EA Sports guy. What am I looking for? What am I looking at?
Jeez, fucking read.
I mean, what am I looking at? Let me.
You're looking at letters and words.
I can tell you where.
You don't have to read out loud.
Tell Jack, hit me up.
Yeah, you don't have to read out loud, but that's what.
Oh, I know who that is. It's Olive. What up, Olive? Shout out to Olive, man. What up, Olive? I could be wrong. That might not be Olive, but I think it's Olive. Man, thanks for tuning into the stream, man.
Rebirth was trash, and Carter 6. As far as consistency of the songs, yeah, because Rebirth really have like trash songs, and then songs you'd be like, oh, I fuck with that. Like Prom Queen, yeah, everybody.
Oh, G'd up, man. What up, G'd up, man? I've gotten so used to calling myself Jack, dude. Like, it's fucking. I will refer to myself as Jack in the third fucking person, dude. Like, it's like I put in a pizza order. Hey, what's the name, Jack? Like, the neighbor knows me as Jack.
Because you don't like yourself.
I just don't like the name. Dustin.
Because you don't like yourself. It's cool.
Dustin.
But so if your name would be Jack if you had to choose a name?
Absolutely. Jack Wolf.
Oh my God, you want to be named after a pedophile so
no,
bad.
Why, who's the pedophile that's Jack?
Jack Wolf.
Why is he a pedophile? Oh, from the book?
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
That's where you say you got your name from?
I thought the name was good.
That's where you said you got your name from.
Yes. But he was a werewolf.
He was a pedophile.
He was a fucking werewolf.
Yeah, he was an animal of a man.
Yes, he was.
He was a fucking monster.
Yes, he was.
Yes, that preyed on little children.
Yes, well, I mean, the younger they were, the better, because they tasted better. They tasted better. Hey, that's like what fucking movie was it? No, that was a book. No, that was Demon Demon Slayer I'm thinking of. Whenever the fucking he was like the demon that was like, oh man, she just turned 16. She's getting nastier by the second. Let me eat her. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this.
Where the fuck did that happen?
That was the underwater, like the demon could go into the fucking earth and like it was like season 1 of Demon Slayer.
You just turned 16. I don't remember somebody saying maybe that was in the dub version.
No, it's Japanese and the dub and the
she just
sub
turned
and dub.
16.
Yeah, you remember he was like, come on, just let me eat her. She just turned 16. She's getting nastier by the second. Like, you don't remember that shit?
No.
It was the demon that could just like go under the earth and like, and then at some point like he opened up this portal and Tanjiro jumped in it and he like fucking did his.
Okay, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, season one.
But still, like that is wild. Like,
that's what the fuck he
oh
said.
Man,
dude.
that's why Demon Slayer trash.
Demon Slayer's the greatest.
Demon Slayer's trash.
Demon Slayer's the greatest.
But
no Diddy. We talked about that, man. We talked on the Diddy case, actually.
Yeah. No, he's saying no Diddy because he's saying something.
Well, he said no Diddy, and then he said thoughts on that.
Oh.
I mean, we went over that, man.
Yeah, man.
Free Diddy, man.
He was just
Free
a freaky
Diddy.
ass dude.
Nah,
He was.
He didn't.
Man.
I don't know.
Dude, can't
I haven't been
stop
following
that,
the case like talking about. You have. I mean, a lot of people have.
Can't put that man in jail for being a freaky ass dude, man. What type of shit is that?
He's a cuck.
Yeah,
Cuckold.
But like, yeah, he's a freak. But yeah, and he did have domestic abuse with Cassie, but he went on trial for that. Yeah, free that man.
Man, you missed our fucking dictator talk. I think that was the highlight of the show, in my personal opinion. That's just me, though. That was just me.
Yeah. Highlight.
Check it out on the backside. We got anything else to plug, man? It's already 12 o'clock.
Nah, not really. My high school reunion is next week.
The 20th?
Yep.
Mine's coming up. Yeah.
And we having it at this place called the Bulldog in the city, which I think like they be having pets around there and shit. It might just be dog friendly. I seen buku pictures of dogs when I went to go look it up. Yeah. So
I mean, if you're gonna have a lot of white people there, I mean, they'll enjoy that shit. Why the fuck is my neck itching? I'm not on drugs.
But yeah, I'm gonna probably go see what's up with the peoples. Let them see me. Tell me, Cal, you look the same. Boost up my ego. All that good stuff. Because I do look the same.
All right, well, you guys,
if you was to go to your 20 years from when you graduated high school,
which is coming up, right?
And nobody saw you, and then like they saw you again, what do you think they'll say?
They'll say, "Damn, he looks really good for his age."
Yeah. Oh, I thought they'd just be like, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
They might, because I really didn't associate with a lot of people from high school.
I
don't know if I didn't.
Did he graduate with us? Like,
I don't know if I didn't associate with him because I was just corny or. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. They probably wouldn't recognize me. Some people would. Like for the what was it? The 10 year. I went to the bar, the Box and the Barrel, one of my favorite bars. And this woman walked up to me, and she was like, "Oh, my God, Jack, you look so good." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And I tried to shoot at her after that. And she was like, "Oh, no, I was just being nice." I was like, "Bitch." I was like, "What the fuck you can't give me this hug for? Why are you leading me on?" So, yeah.
But, yeah, man. I was captain on the football team.
You were captain?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. You're not even
captain
that fast.
on the track team. Yeah,
captain of the track team? Mm-hmm. I was not that far behind you in that race we had.
You were way behind me.
You know what? I think I really only lost that race because I had pants on.
You lost that race because you sucked.
Dude, I had pants on.
And all right, and I slipped at the beginning and still beat you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I got it on film.
Yeah, and it is on film. Yeah. You saw me slip.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yeah.
Well, we could watch the film after this.
Yeah.
We could.
Yeah. You better still have it, too.
I still do.
Don't lie.
I really still got it.
And we can watch, and you can see how bad I burnt you.
I mean, you really can't tell until,
can tell.
No, you can't. Not at the, like, we get so far away from the camera that you couldn't even see who actually won until, I don't want to say his name, but he was like, "Oh, Jack." And they was like, "Jack?" And it was like, "No, Cal got him by such and such."
Yeah, I got you by
You really didn't burn me that bad,
got you by
dude.
a lot.
No, you didn't.
Bro,
no, you didn't.
So bad,
it wasn't
bro.
that bad.
I beat you so
No,
bad,
it wasn't
bro.
that bad.
But I understand, bro. You never ran track,
I actually tried.
So you
I
don't-
tried out.
so you don't know.
I tried
that,
out.
You don't know. You don't know the
Tried
difference.
out to run it.
You don't know the difference between 10 seconds and 11 seconds. Don't seem like a lot.
No, it's a lot. But you didn't give me that.
I'll bust your
Dude, you
ass,
got me
yeah.
on my microseconds.
That was not.
And I had
that
skinny
is a
jeans
damn
on.
lie.
I had skinny.
I had jeans
Cal,
on too.
I had no, you didn't. You had shorts on.
Yeah, but they were jean shorts.
No, they weren't.
Right, there was cargos, but still, they had pockets.
What the fuck that got to do with anything?
Like,
It's your baby. No, it ain't. He has your hat. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
they had pockets. But anyway,
Fair enough, Cal. Rematch. Re-race.
Yeah, no, re-race. Yeah, I beat you again, but like that's beside the point. Like, dog, like no, it's the same. It's the same problem I had with high school. They had these two dudes that went to high school with me that could have swore they was just the fastest people, and every time we raced, I would beat them, and it would always be an excuse. But no matter what, every time we raced, I would beat them, and they just refused to believe that I was faster than them. I might not look it, but
It's just
I
because
am-
you're bigger. You know what I mean?
yes.
I didn't think you would
And
be as
I was,
fast
I
as you
was,
are.
I was bigger than them.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them was like 5'6". The other one was around like 5'9", but both of them was smaller than me.
Right.
You feel me? So they just thought they was faster.
I honestly
I'm
don't
like,
think it's
bro,
just
like,
you're
I'm
faster. I think it's just that your leg span. Like your leg span
No.
goes like mine's like this, and yours is like.
Yeah,
Y'all like
my,
that animation?
My yeah, it's more like. But my stride, I've been running track.
Stride. That's.
I've been running track since I was like 5 years old. So I have.
Ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Ain't nobody gonna break my stride.
As far as technique, I got technique down packed. Like as far as track goes, like I said, I've been running. I ran track from when I was 5 to when I was 18. Like for 13 years. Like yeah, I have technique down packed. That's why in middle school I was the only person that could do the triple jump because I know technique. But that's also why I used to get first place in middle school in the triple jump because no other team like trained for it. So I actually knew how to do it. So I never got disqualified. So easy ribbon.
Were you always good at approaching women?
No.
Can you tell me a time when you approached a woman and it just went south?
Oh, it happens all the time.
Like as an adult today type shit?
Yeah. Even
But as an
adult today.
but as an adult today, it's like you can take rejection and be like, "All right, babe, like, it's cool. Like, don't worry about it." You know what I mean? But as a kid, you know,
all right. Like as far as like I said, even today, sometimes I approach women wrong. Sometimes it's just I don't have the confidence needed. Sometimes I don't say the right thing. Sometimes they just not interested, and like shit happens. Like and I approach them wrong. I sometimes I get cursed out. Sometimes I get yelled at. Sometimes I just get the cold shoulder. Like they're like approaching a girl wrong. Could just be you the wrong person. It could just be that you're the wrong day. There's no like any approach will work for the right person.
Right.
Let me just say that. Unless you just blatantly like, saying some wild ass shit. I don't want to say no wild.
hey
ass
girl,
shit
you want
right
to
now.
punch some dick in you, like shit like that.
Yeah, just walking up to them saying some shit like that. Even then, if it's the right person, it still
fuck?
might work. Even then, if it's the right
Look,
person,
high
it
school.
still
I'm
might
going back
work.
to high school.
All right, I forgot you went to high school at Bayside High.
I don't get the reference.
Saved by the Bell.
I never watched it.
Wow.
I heard about it. It's kind of like Good Times. Never cared to watch it.
No. Good Times came out in the 60s.
I'm just saying. All I'm getting at, Cal,
Saved
it's
by
like
the Bell came out in the 90s.
it's like Cheers. I never watched it.
Cheers came out in the 80s.
I knew about it. I just never. The point is, Cal, I never watched it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, you could have said something that was similar to Saved by the Bell.
Boy Meets World.
You never watched Boy Meets World?
Some episodes.
Boy Meets World is fucking classic.
It's all right.
That is classic. That is classic sitcom of the 2000s. Like the 90s is it might make the top 10. I don't know. He'll have to get past his brother because his brother was on the Wonder Years. Yeah. Corey Matthews, his brother was your boy from the Wonder Years.
Really?
Yeah. He actually his brother actually made a guest appearance on Boy Meets World.
No shit, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, like real life, that's his brother.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't. Okay. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They brothers in real life. That's what I mean. Like,
Okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't know Why would I know that?
I mean, because
I really thought this was cool
They
back in
they
high school.
really look the same. They got the same fucking Jufro. They really look the same.
Yeah, all right, yeah, I can see the resemblance in my mind.
Yeah, but yeah, his brother had played this pervert teacher at their college that was trying to holler at Topanga on Boy Meets World. I don't know if you remember the episode. You feel me? Corey, I got in a fight with him or some shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's top 10. I don't know about in the 90s if it would be top 10.
Wait,
It's
I
definitely
was
top
asking
10 in the
about,
2000s.
You have a well, never mind, doesn't matter.
What?
I was asking about the rejection story from being.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
Totally off subject. But when I was younger, I used to hang out with my older brother though. Like my brother, 3 years older than me. So
Right.
at the time when I was trying to holler at chicks, I was around like 11 or 12. My brother was 14, 15 years old.
Okay.
So when we used to go to the movies and everything, that was the thing to do. And being I was the youngest, but I was still with them, I couldn't just be the one in the background not doing it. So that made me get out that shell of trying to holler at females. Even through high school, though, I still had my problems with hollering at girls. Like, you don't necessarily have the confidence all the time.
Right.
You feel the rejection. Like, I still have that to this day. There's girls that I won't holler at because I feel the rejection. Because I put them on this pedestal before I even talk to them.
Right.
That's just people thinking. But, yeah, it's a never-ending process. As long as you're trying to find someone, you're always gonna have that fear of rejection. Just like before you, like say you go cliff diving, I'm pretty sure before you dive off of any cliff, you have that heart racing feeling. Mm-hmm. You feel me? That fear, that adrenaline pump.
I was just
Like
asking
that.
about a moment that you've tried it, Cal. I mean, I wasn't looking for the philosophical.
But no, there's plenty of moments where I tried to holler at a chick and
There's not one that just kind of sticks out.
I mean, anytime this happened, it always sticks out and it always hurts the most. There's nothing that hurts more than this. And you know what it is? All right, if you're in the club, you see a chick dancing, she looking good, she dancing, you feel me? You go up get behind her, you go to start dancing on her, you feel me? She dancing a little bit, and she turn around and see you, and then she just stop.
See, I've never done that one. I don't think I don't think I have the gall for that one because I don't know how to dance.
And she just stop until you leave away from her presence. That is the most hurt feeling, because at that point, it's nothing you could have said, it's nothing you could have did. She just like ill,
going, yeah,
like ill. No, get away from me, and you just like,
oh shit.
That's a shot to the heart. That is ultimate shot to the heart. I promise you. There's nothing worse than that.
I just remember being in like third grade, some shit like that. I had a crush on this girl, and it was Valentine's Day coming up. I bought a card. I bought a little fake rose. I was asking my mom how to spell beautiful. My mom was like, "Who are you trying to spell beautiful for?" I was like, "This is a girl at school." So when it came up to the day, I was like, I had a friend. I was like, "Hey, Ernest, drop this off at your girl's desk or whatever for me." So he did it for me. He's like, "All right, I got you." So come recess, Ernest approaches me. He's like, "Hey, man, I dropped it off to her." I was like, "For real?" I was like, "What'd she say?" She's like, "She didn't say nothing." Next thing you know, she's walking up to me. I'm hanging around Ernest, and she got like two other girls on her side with her, and they approaching, and I bitched up, and I was like, "Hey, Ernest, protect me," and I got behind him. And to this day, like, I regretted that moment because I think it like, I don't know what the fuck she was gonna say. She might have been okay. She might have been cool. But I think in the future, like, as we, we kept going to school together, and I think that fucked up any chance I had with her after that. You know what I mean? Like, anytime I was like, "Yeah, I kind of got a crush on you," it was like, nah, go fuck yourself.
Nah.
Like, it ruined it.
At that point, it was way too late.
It's too late.
It was way too late at that point.
I remember working with her at Rouse's, and she dated some other guy named Dustin, and I was like, "Oh, damn."
It could have been me. It should have been me. Not him. Me.
All right, Cal.
Oh, that's The Yu-Gi-Oh meme.
I didn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's just a meme. It's
Oh.
just him like slamming his fist on the ground about his broken bridge. It should have been me, not him. And everybody use it for
Talking
like
about
it's like talking about like a chick that.
yeah,
like-
yeah, I got it. Like, in
Yeah.
that scenario. Yeah.
But what I was about to say about that? No, I was about to say something else about rejection. Along those terms, I forgot. Brain fart.
I think you just gotta like we was trying to give somebody advice the other day on stereo, and like he just doesn't have any luck with women, and we were like, yeah, man, you know, you just gotta shoot your shot out there, and if she just turns you down, you just kind of gotta take it on the chin and be cool about it, because if you just flash out like, oh man, you ugly, get the fuck away from me, and you like, fuck you, bitch, like everybody, all the girls that's around is gonna look at you like, oh well, she made the right choice.
Yeah.
But if you just take it on chin, like my bad, girl, like it's cool. You know?
Yeah,
It makes her look kind
I'm
of seem
sorry.
like the
I'm
asshole.
sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a nice day.
And then look at her like, oh shit.
But yeah, I mean, but I sound smooth when I say something like that. Like, I'm sorry, baby. Have a nice day. You feel me? Everybody.
Yeah,
can't
that
pull it
wasn't
off.
my example. I was
Everybody can't pull that off because
Cliff
it takes the accent and everything to pull some shit like that. But in your own accent, in your own dialect, say something like that. Just be like, all right, my bad. Like, I ain't mean to bother you. I just thought you looked good, but have a nice day. You feel me? But what I was about to say along those lines. I never. I've never hid behind somebody after I try to tell a girl I like her. So
yeah, it kind of
I
haunted me for a long time after that. You know?
never had that experience. But
Kind of plagued my mind for a long time.
no, but trust me. And then, me and my best friend. Remember I told you my best friend's big brother chased me down the street with a frog.
Yeah,
Just a little earlier.
yeah.
Yeah. Me and him, we both had best friends. We both had older brothers that was around 3. Like his older brother, I think, was like 4 years older or something. But we had him around that age to where we had that model to look by when it came to that sort of thing, because anything we went through, we probably seen them do it first. So even when me and him were just getting into middle school around like 11 years old, like I said, around 10, 11 years old, somewhere around there, we were already at that point trying to talk to girls. Like when I was in the 6th grade is when I got my first girlfriend. It wasn't technically a girlfriend, but it was like that middle school girlfriend type shit. You feel me? But like at the beginning of the 6th grade, it was a chick that I went to elementary school with. I guess she had a crush on me since then. And she just I was cool with her and came up to me one day and was just like, yeah, you know, get my number, you feel me, and all that. And then was like, yeah, you know, I want you to go with me and all that shit. And I was like, all right, cool. And then after about 2-3 weeks, we broke up because she got mad because I wouldn't give her friend some money. But like
Typical woman.
Nah, she got mad. She got mad because like this other girl in our class had asked if I had like a quarter or 50 cents or something, like so she can like go to the vending machine. I was like, yeah, I got it on me, and I gave it to her. And the only money I had on me was for my brother, and I was like, we was at a basketball game, and my brother was playing. So when she, I guess she found word of it or something shit, and tried to do some slick shit, and got a friend to come ask me for money, like try to like give me like get her money or whatever. I was like, yeah, nah, I ain't got nothing on me. You feel me? And then she got mad. She was like, oh, you give that other girl money, but you know, I'm like, man, bro, I don't got no more money. What the fuck?
Right.
You feel me? I was just doing it like to be cool. Like I was doing it as a friend. I ain't like I was trying to holler at her. And yeah, she broke up with me.
All right.
Yeah, kissed her a couple times, but she,
I mean, y'all kids, yeah.
yeah, it was 6th grade.
I want to give a special shout out.
Sure.
A special happy birthday shout out.
Mm-hmm.
This actually requires. I would like to give a special happy birthday shout out to America this Friday for the 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. 255 years? All the way down to the Pony Express. Cal, we got anything to close the show out with?
Good night, America.
Hey, Cal, it has a little dick and hangs down. A bat. What has a big dick and hangs up? Ah!